I remember when I started doing sausages, that all the other stallholders said, oh, you don't make them. It's take them off the farmer's market, particularly people selling meat. This is an Italian domestic mincer. Every family has one. And the magic thing about it is you can put a mince head on it, pasta head on it, parmesan grating head on it, a tomato splattering head on it. You name it, it does it. And this knife does get sharp. Serve long as you remember, don't put it in the dishwasher, wash it by hand and sharpen it every time you use it. This is the joint of porchetta, was going to be porchetta. Now it's already been scored, which was a bit of a mistake because I'm going to take the skin off it to mince it. This here is the middle muscle group of the pig in the shoulder, which is called copper in Italy. And the copper is the finest bit of the pig. The only difference is, instead of being in the loin like ribeye, the ribeye is in the shoulder of the pig. And it's there, it's that little lot there, and it's got nice marbling, plenty of fat, so it tastes lovely. And relatively speaking, it's a cheap cut, so you can do all sorts of things with it. Make sausages, do a Thai stir fry or something like that. Or have a nice boneless pork chop. And that is what I call pork chop thickness, which is about 1 inch, just over. Now that is, forget having a fillet steak, that's much nicer, that is. We have a family phrase in our house, which comes from the First World War, but a lot ruder. This is less rude, that's what we say to children, is that there's no hooves and eyelashes in our sausages. Whereas in the First World War, it was somewhat ruder, but my great-granddad apparently used to say that whatever you did in the trenches, you never ever ate sausages because you never knew what would be in them. And I think that's a very good motto for this modern world of supermarkets where everything is made for profit. And one of the differences between this country, me being a butcher, and being in Italy, where magically if I go in a butcher shop they all suss out and I'm a butcher, if you go into a restaurant in Italy and they find out you're a butcher, you immediately get bumped up to a better table and you get a better cut of meat, because butchers are respected in Italy because you're seen as an essential thing, not a profit-making activity. A bit like your local doctor. Now look at that, that's lovely, that is. Tell me that is not a nice piece of meat. This pork is all local, from up the road. Exotic distance of about 7 miles. See, this is why you don't score it if you're going to make sausages out of the skin. Now that is nice meat. One of the defining things of a sausage made this kind of way is that it's mince cold, and that mince has just come out of the fridge, so that was down to about 2 degrees. One of the things about a nicely chilled sausage meat is it's a bit like Miss Wet t-shirt on Clacton Pier. If it's nice and cold, you get good definition. Right, it's a little known fact that sausage making is very like courtship. There's an awful lot of preparation and it's all over in 5 minutes. That is exactly true of stuffing sausages. It takes a lot less time than preparing it, doing the recipe and all the other things. Basically all you do, mix it, shove it in here and stuff it out. Obviously I'm a bit quicker than most people because I've done it a lot. I'm going to take a couple of kilos of this. I'm going to make 2 kilos just to start with. 2 kilos will make you about 15, 18 sausages if you want a decent sized ones like I make. Now we need some skins, that, and I'm using the thumbprint of my fingers to carry the grip hold of the skin. There we go, right, here we go, womp a womp. As I say, sausage making is all about preparation. Like doing 100 metres, training a horse, you name it, it's all the same stuff. Got a bit of glass towel, put a cotton one. You can actually make a sausage into a towel if you want, just use the towel to make the sausage. Sausage skins are obviously a natural product, and these are from natural skins from around the intestine of the pig. I've pre-made this mix. As you can see, I'm using baker's percentages It makes life easy. I've got a box full, so I know what I need per kilo. And in this case, I'm using about 22 grams per kilo. And this has got salt and pepper. Salt dehydrates, so does sugar to a certain extent. Garlic, white pepper, nutmeg, and I will be adding some of Aldi's finest Chardonnay. I'm putting about 70 grams per kilo, so I've made this up to 204 grams. Bingo, how's that? 204 grams, looks like magic, isn't it? Just going to mix it. So, if you've seen a cat on a cushion, what I'm doing is I'm putting my fingers through it, using my fingers like a rake. Now obviously with the Toulouse, you haven't got the advantage of having a load of herbs in it to see if it's mixed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hands through it like a cat, or a blanket. I'm going to turn it a few times like I'm making dough, which, funny enough, in Italy, sausage meat is known as pasta, which means dough. So I've got my meat pasta here, and I'm just mixing my hands through it, and I can feel under my hands, because I've got soft hands from a butcher, meat contains lanolin, is that is nearly ready. And if I stroke it, look, you see there's like moon on water. So that just tells me I've mixed it right. And the salt, although it's only less than 1% in it, you can feel the difference immediately. Sorry, that's mace, that's fine. I'll put a little bit of mace in it. And the Toulouse sausage is a really mild sausage. The reason being is you're going to use it with cassoulet, so you don't want to dominate the chicken. So I just made a little cannonball to roll it down the stuffer. Right. And I'm just knocking the air out of it. I'm trying to think of a way of explaining this without being rude, but I can't. If you don't get all the air out of it, it will fart like a well-satisfied girl, but there you go. Let's see if we put that in the video. Before you ask, yes, these were the original condoms. Didn't work with that well for Henry VIII, but never mind. Right, here we go. So I'm just tying that up. Just a simple little slip knot. And I'm giving it a little squeeze, and I'm forcing the meat back over the nozzle, like stopping the car by putting your hand over the exhaust pipe. This is something we used to do with my headmaster at school. Now, as I said, sausage making is very quick and very easy once you've done it before. It's a bit like knitting. The only difference is, I'm sure my sausages taste better than knitting. Right, so there we are, doing the first sausage. So the first essential here is you get your first links, that's known as twizzling, very technical term. But you will see also that the first three sausages I'm going to use like a dumbbell to give me a bit of weight and tension. So what I've done here, I've got my little pinky, so I'm not transferring the heat from my hands into the sausage, measuring it with my fingers. Obviously, sausage making butchers do look after their fingers because it's very difficult measuring with only 2 or 3. So I'm just doing those, and what I'm doing here is I'm putting the sausage through, nose through, turn it round, and I'm locking it. And you use the cord between the links to lock the sausage. And what I'm doing, which if you slow this video down and turn it backwards, you will see in slow motion that I'm contra-rotating each time to do it. Because that way you keep the tension. And basically what you want is a nice taut skin, because you're going to lose a little bit of weight as these dry. And I want them to dry evenly, so if I don't have any air bubbles in it, that's good news. You see, twizzle. So I'm using my finger and thumb to measure it. I'm doing 180 to lock it. And the reason I'm locking it is if I want to hang them up and dry them, or put string through all the sausages to hang them, then I've got them all locked together to do that. If you wanted to, you could have 3 different colours of sausages and have 3 different rows and mix them together, which I have done in the colours of the Italian flag, just for the people. But we're not in a competition to make exhibition sausages. Mind, I don't do that. I'd eat them. In fact, I probably will. When do you want your vegan aubergine?